Hey there, it's Ileana with Ardana Real Estate and the Money Monday tip of the week. This week, we're talking about analyzing the deal because obviously there's so much more that goes into it than how much you paid and how much you expect to get. So I'm going to tell you a few things to consider so that you can really tell if it's a deal or no deal. First, what is your end strategy? Obviously, if you don't know where you're going, you don't know how to get there. So figure out what you plan to do with the property. Are you going to fix it up and flip it? Are you going to just save all that hard work for somebody else and be a wholesaler? Maybe it's such a great deal you want to hold on to it and be a landlord. Figure out what that is in order to know if it's a good deal, because a good deal for a landlord is probably a horrible deal for somebody that's a wholesaler. Second, what are your total expenses? Obviously, that goes way bigger than what the purchase price of the property is. If there are repairs involved, what are those repairs? Are there repairs beyond what you're able to see with the naked eye? Are you financing the property? If so, you're going to have to pay points. There's going to be closing costs. Are there any liens on the property that you need to clear up in order to have a marketable title? These are all of the expenses that you want to consider, and always, of course, add a cushion just in case you miss something before you can really determine what your upfront and costs and expenses are. Second, what is the after repair value? We talked about this a little bit last week. This is not just an arbitrary number that you pull from the sky or based on, the results of your investor friend who sold a property 10 miles away. You really want to find comparable sales, and these are sales of like properties, same number of bedrooms. If you have a pool and they either don't use that property or adjust, for the calculations. You want to really get clear numbers and not just pull numbers out of the sky so that you can get a good, clear picture of what properties are selling for. If property sold 2 years ago in this exact neighborhood, the exact same property, don't think that that's what you're going to get for it today. Maybe it is, but it's probably not. So you want to make sure that you are running accurate numbers so that you determine the actual value of your property. And last but not least, marketing. Once all is said and done, you're going to want to get this property out there and get it sold. Are you going to pay a realtor to help you do that? That's going to cost you. If you're advertising on a site like Zillow or Trulia, they have fees involved. Maybe you're not even going to do that. You're a seasoned investor and you have a buyer's list of people. Great, but again, you're going to be paying for CRM monthly. Does it take 30, 60, 90 days for you to get an offer on properties in your area? Or is it going to happen, within 2 or 3 days? You want to consider this because all of the time that the property is sitting, it is costing you money, and this is an additional expense. And these are all expenses that you're going to need to calculate in order to really determine an accurate cap rate. Now, what cap rate works for you is a personal decision, but you want to know what that number is and have as close, as accurate as possible so that you can really determine if it's a deal or not. If you ask any investor, they will tell you that the money is made when you put an offer on the property, not when you close. So make sure you know what your numbers are, crunch them properly so we can really see if it's a deal.